So, today we are going to do another simple topic in chemistry, which is the third topic. This is part 3A. 3B is very small, anyways. But yeah, so the chapter name is Acids, Bases, and Salts. So, as the name indicates, we are going to study about acids, about bases, and about salts. So first we will look at the definitions. So first definition is acid. What do you mean by acid? So the textbook says that an acid is a compound which when dissolved in water yields hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. So what do you mean by this? Is see, suppose I have HCl. This is an acid. Correct, this is an acid. Yeah, acid. So when I will dissolve it in water, now we have learned in the last class that HCl is what? HCl is a polar covalent. So it will undergo ionization. It will undergo ionization. So it will ionize, ions form. Ions are not present. Ions बन जाते हैं to give Cl minus. Okay. Now this H plus then reacts with water which is already present. HCl को हम पानी में डाल रहे हैं to give H3O plus. ये भी पूरा स्ट्रक्चर हमने लास्ट क्लास किया है. The entire dot structure, how H3O is formed, we have already done in the previous video. So this is called as hydronium. So when I'll add HCl, तब मुझे हाइड्रोनियम आयन ही पॉजिटिवली चार्ज आयन आने वाला है. No other positively charged ion will be present in the mixture, in the solution, and therefore we can say that HCl is an acid. Is an acid. I am going to get hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. Not the only ion, इधर chloride भी है, but positive क्या बोला है positively charged ion. So we will get hydronium ion H3O plus as the only positively charged ion when an acid is added to water. Simple definition example, so you know HCl, HNO3, H2SO4 and all. The second thing is base. So what do you mean by base? So base, first let's see textbook में क्या दिया है. Base is a compound which reacts with hydronium ions of an acid to give salt and water only. So suppose I have CuO. Now this is a base and I add it with say for example HCl only. So I am going to get CuCl2 plus H2O. So ऐसे ही नहीं होता है, इसमें पानी भी लगता है. So when I am adding HCl, first it will form H3O plus, then this will react with the H3O plus and then it will form CuCl2 plus H2O. So big thing, just remember the definition. इतना in depth they don't ask. Even I don't know exactly क्या होता है, but they 10th standard में तो पूछते नहीं है, but remember the definition. क्योंकि बेस और अल्कली का डेफिनेशन अलग अलग है. सो यू नीड टू रिमेम्बर द डेफिनेशन. बेस इज अ कंपाउंड which reacts with the hydronium ion of the acid to give salt and water only. This is a salt, this is a water. इतना ही आता है और कुछ नहीं आता when base is reacted with water. Example of base is important because okay, not example of base, so you know, not going with any base, CuO, Na2O, or all alkalis are bases. So base के example में confusion नहीं होना चाहिए. Now we have something called as alkali. Alkali. So all alkali are base, but all base are not alkalis. So I will explain what they mean. Uh, See, so textbook says that alkali is a compound which yields hydroxyl ion as the only negatively charged. Simple, same as acid. So when I add NaOH to water, I am going to get Na plus OH minus. बराबर. Is this an acid? No. Why? Because it gives a positively charged ion other than hydronium ion. Acid के लिए hydronium ion होना चाहिए था, but this is not an hydronium ion. So hydronium ion is gone. So it's not an acid definitely. But it is giving an hydroxyl ion. This is called as hydroxyl ion or hydroxyl ion. Yes. So this is not an acid, so this is a alkali. Why specially called an alkali and not a base? Because it is soluble. These are soluble in water. Soluble in water. Bases are not soluble in water. So hydroxyl or hydroxide both are allowed. Hydroxyl or hydroxide both mean the same. OH minus. So this is the definition of alkali. Now इसके examples are important. So we have NaOH, then ammonium hydroxide, weak alkali, then KOH. KOH, NaOH तो याद रखना ही है. They are important, and CaOH twice also. Okay, so these were the definitions. Definition now generally don't come. But in case they come, then you should no, you can explain it. रटना नहीं है chemistry. You need to explain it. The way I explained, ऐसा examples के साथ explain करो कि why, what is an acid, what happens exactly, everything. You just memorize, then chemistry will always be tough. Okay. So now we have something called as sources of zero. Sorry, very bad. Also bad. Going back to red. Okay. Fine. So sources, sometimes MCQ or something it may come. Not important thing, but so one is organic, other is inorganic. Organic means obviously ones which come from plants. You have citric plants or animals, I doubt, but plants, citric acid, oxalic, acetic acid, etc. Inorganic Inorganic are mineral acids. These are mineral acids. HCl, H2SO4, etc. They are all mineral acids. So this was first classification. Now second classification is hydracid and oxyacid. So hydracid is simple again, which contain hydrogen and a non-metal only. So for example, you have high or br, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen iodide, HCl. Oops, write it down. HCl and oxyacid में क्या आएंगे ऑक्सी हाइड्रोजन तो कंपलसरी हाइड्रोजन नॉन मेटल एंड ऑक्सीजन so you have H2SO4 H3PO4 and HNO3 also. These are all oxyacids. That was all classification of acids. So now classification of on the basis of their source and basis of molecular composition. Okay, now comes an important point. Classification on the basis of strength of acid. strength of acid and base. So it depends on concentration of H plus or OH minus ions. H plus for acids, OH minus for alkalis. तो जितना ज्यादा concentration है उतना ज्यादा strength है, जितना कम है उतना weak है. So now obviously strong acid dissociates almost completely. याद रखो अभी, there is no point explaining or writing. This is just memorization. Strong acid is an acid which completely almost dissociates in aqueous solution, producing a high concentration. They have given it in bold. They have given it in bold for a reason because वो important है. वही main है. The high concentration of H plus or OH minus ions. H plus in the case of acid and OH minus in the case of alkali. So strong acid which dissociates to give high concentration of hydrogen ion, strong alkali dissociates to give high concentration of OH minus ions. Weak acid, less concentration of hydrogen ion, weak alkali, less concentration of hydroxyl ion. So I'll just write the examples here. Strong acids. Strong acids. We have HCl, very strong, H2SO4, even strong, and to some extent HNO3 also. Then we have weak acids. Weak acids may all organic acids will come, and carbonic. So carbonic plus organic like formic, acetic. इसका सबके formulas है. We'll do it when you do organic. Okay. So now strong acids, weak acids, strong alkali. Examples are very important. They come odd one out या कुछ डाल सकते. So examples अच्छे से करो. Strong alkali is NaOH, LiOH, KOH. Yes, same they have given. And weak alkali is ammonium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. Remember all these examples, ज़्यादा नहीं है. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 बस याद रखो, important. Okay, fine. So one more small thing is there. Uh, Classification on the basis of concentration of acid. So concentrated acid and dilute acid. That is how easy. Now you can just read through it. Not that important. So relatively high percentage of acid जिसमें है. So acid is not only acid ना. Acid में पानी भी होता है. सिर्फ acid नहीं use करते. We add water also to it. A little bit of water also. तो जिसमें ज़्यादा acid है, that is concentrated, which is relatively less is dilute. जिसमें ज़्यादा alkali है is concentrated alkali. जिसमें relatively less acid है, alkali है, is dilute alkali. Okay, so now comes one of the most important thing of this chapter, and that is basicity of acid. Basicity of acid. ये confuse कर दे because there is one more thing called as acidity of bases. So this is important. Basicity है but ये acid से related है. वो acidity है और वो base से related. So इसका definition is again important. Not writing it, just reading once. Number of hydrogen ions produced per molecule of an acid in aqueous solution state. उसके आगे और एक दिया है, और द नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोक्सिल आयंस. ये भी याद रखो. देयर आर नॉट टू डेफिनेशन बट टू कॉन्सेप्ट्स व्हिच दे हैव मर्ज्ड टुगेदर. Two number of hydroxyl ions with which one molecule of an acid combines. So if this say just the define state the following number of hydroxyl ions with which one molecule of an acid combines. So don't think ये hydroxyl है तो ये base का related होगा, but it is basicity of acid. Okay, so what do you mean by basicity? I will first explain. Suppose I have HCl dissociates to give H plus Cl minus. Sorry. Okay, so suppose I have H2SO4 dissociates to first to give H plus HSO4, then HSO4 again dissociates to give H plus SO4 2 minus. So overall I get H2SO4 which gives 2H plus SO4 2 minus. So if you see HCl is giving me one H plus ion, whereas H2SO4 is giving me two H plus ions. Bus, that is it. Basicity of acid is defined as the number of hydrogen ions produced. See the example. Number of hydrogen ions produced per molecule of an acid when dissolved in aqueous solution state. That's it. अभी इतना ही concept है इसमें. There is no not much concept. Now there are examples. Now one is monobasic acid. HCl, HNO3, HI and all. I just gave an example. इसमें एक ही H हाइड्रोजन आयन प्रोड्यूस होता है. Produces one H plus ion only. Second, dibasic acid. Examples again very important. Examples will come for sure. तो ये करो अच्छे से examples. H2CO3. Okay. So इसका भी dissociation I showed you. It produces two H plus ions. This is per molecule. Per molecule. Per molecule. Per molecule is important. सिर्फ दो नहीं आते. एक molecule के लिए दो आते हैं. Third, we have a tribasic acid. This produces three H plus ions. Example is H3PO4, phosphoric acid. Okay, so this was all basicity of acid. Now we have acidity. We have acid एसिडिटी ऑफ बेस एंटायर सेम कॉन्सेप्ट. अभी डेफिनेशन भी खुद बनाओ, अभी सोचो क्या होगा उधर. आई एम स्पीकिंग बेसिसिटी का डेफिनेशन वंस. नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन आयंस प्रोड्यूस पर मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ एन एसिड व्हेन डिसॉल्व्ड इन एक्वस सॉल्यूशन स्टेट. अभी इसमें क्या क्या सेम होगा वो पहले सोच ले. व्हेन डिसॉल्व्ड इन एक्वस सॉल्यूशन स्टेट तो सेम ही होने वाला है. इन एक्वस सॉल्यूशन स्टेट ही डिसोसिएशन होता है. That is same. So number of hydrogen will change क्योंकि एसिड में हाइड्रोजन होगा, बेस में ऑब्वियसली इट्स गोइंग टू बी हाइड्रोक्सिल. बस उतना ही डिफरेंस है. नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोक्सिल आयंस प्रोड्यूस्ड पर मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ द बेस और अल्कली व्हेन डिसॉल्व्ड इन एक्वस सॉल्यूशन स्टेट. वो और वाला भी करना. इसमें और वाले में दिया है नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन आयंस व्हिच कंबाइंड विद वन मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ द बेस. इधर हाइड्रोजन देख के डोंट थिंक इट इज basicity of acid. No. इधर read the sentence properly. It's the or thing I'm saying in the definition is given. Or the number of hydrogen ions which combine with one molecule of the base is acidity of base. It is not basicity of acid. So be careful. The main definition तो यही है. उधर number of hydrogen ions which produced, number of hydroxyl ions which produced. That's it. I will show an example. Types के साथ ही example कर लेते हैं. So first we have monoacidic monoacidic base. NaOH, Na plus OH माइनस कितना आया अगर एक ही आया ना डाई एसिडिक बेस CaOH twice. Same example I have given. Copycat. So H minus. This is two. You get two of them. So that's why I'm writing neatly. थोड़ा plus two OH minus. अब इधर दो आए इधर एक ही आया. That's why it is mono. This is di. Now third one we have is tri. Obviously tri ही होगा ना. Triacidic base, ferric hydroxide. We have not shown it, but it will somewhat dissociate in this way. Not given actually, but yeah, say that. 3 OH minus. So this is 3. This is 2. That's why this is tri, that was di, that is mono. So सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट इसमें कुछ डिफिकल्टी नहीं है एग्जाम्पल हाँ एग्जाम्पल्स याद रखो फेरिक है एंड इसमें अल्यूमिनियम भी है बेसिकली ऑल द ट्राइवेलेंट मेटल्स के हाइड्रोक्साइड सो ऑल ऑफ देम हैव ट्राई एसिडिक बेसिस definition once again I'm saying basicity of acid is the number of hydrogen ions produced per molecule of an acid. Acidity of base is the number of hydrogen ions produced, hydroxyl ions produced, not hydrogen ions. Acidity of base में number of hydroxyl ions produced per molecule of a base. But that's it. Then we have hydronium hydroxyl ions का formation, which is you may skip in this chapter because it's the same thing which we have done already in chapter 2 chemical bonding. Same way, they show how it is formed. Now, preparation of acids and bases. So in general, I will just speak a few points. बाकी जैसा they don't say कि prepare it और तो ये सब reactions आगे आने वाले हैं chapter 7 में. So that time we'll do. But in general, acids are also called as non-metallic. Okay, no, forget it. Acids are formed from acidic oxides which are non-metallic oxides. So, say for example, I have SO3. This is non-metallic oxide. If I add it to water, I get an acid H2SO4 4 क्योंकि 3 लिया इसलिए 4 आ रहा है but if I take SO2 and add it to water I will get H2SO3 sulfurous acid. So yes, then preparation from salts में reactions दिए हैं but they are there in chapter 7 so reactions will get covered so don't worry. अभी बेस का एक कर लेते हैं प्रिपरेशन फास्ट बेस फ्रॉम बेसिक ऑक्साइड विच आर metallic oxides so when you add water to them like K2O plus H2O you will get 2KOH so that is preparation but you may also add cold water to these strong metals. You will also again get KOH plus H2. Balanced 2I अगर शायद 2 yes इधर 2I. I hope it is balanced. Huh? So this was in general preparation. Again आगे they have given a few reactions but your reactions cover होने वाले so you can give it a pass. Physical properties obviously acids are sour in taste. Vinegar जैसे sour in taste. But bases So bases are bitter, bitter like soap, soap जिससे होते हैं ये bitter to taste. And then chemical properties, again the reactions which they have given, you have not studied them yet, so no point doing those. वो आगे आएंगे चैप्टर 7 में आएंगे बहुत सारे. Then uses of acids and base, eye wash के लिए कौन सा, never come till now, not in the scope as well, but you can just go through it. In general idea, you can get it. It has not, it has never come till now in the mains. So 99% it won't come, but you can go through it. Nothing difficult. Difficult तो नहीं है कुछ. तो time होगा तो पढ़ लो. Then indicators. Okay. So indicators अभी अब तक तो तुमने किए होंगे. Litmus वगैरह वो सब. So वो explain करने में I'm not wasting time now. I am straight away going indicators. Okay, indicators are substances which change their color, which change their color with any change in the medium. Like suppose मैं acidic medium में डालूंगा तो वो जो substance डाला है उसका color change हो जाता है. So they act as an indicator to show whether the medium is acidic or basic. So they are mainly organic substances which do it. So they determine the pH of a substance. Now, what is pH? Is negative logarithm to the base 10 of the hydrogen ion concentration expressed in mole per liter. Definition, remember again. So first is common acid base indicators. Acid base, and one we have is called as universal. So acid base में what happens is that not determine, wait, not determine strength. मतलब acid base will tell if it is acidic or basic. It will not tell how acidic or how basic the substance is. Okay, but this will tell the strength. Tell strength. मतलब अगर मैंने एसिड बेस में दो एसिड डाले तो इट विल जस्ट टेल कि दोनों एसिडिक है, बट यूनिवर्सल विल टेल मी कि कौन सा ज्यादा एसिडिक है, कौन सा कम है. दैट इज द मेन डिफरेंस. बहुत सारे पॉइंट दिए हैं बट मेन पॉइंट यही है. एग्जाम्पल फॉर दिस एसिड बेस इज लिटमस, फिनोल्फथलीन, स्पेलिंग प्लीज चेक करो, फिनोल्फथलीन, एंड we have methyl orange also. Okay, methyl orange also, and इसमें example is pH paper. pH paper, हाँ pH paper का याद रखो कि सी pH paper पे क्या होता है ना, it is a paper basically. This had come once in one of the prelims. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ऐसा उस पे होता है. So हाई सबसे ज्यादा एसिडिक ना विल गेट रेड कलर, एंड सबसे ज्यादा आई डोंट हैव कलर नाउ, we will find a way, we'll get violet. This, yes. सबसे ज्यादा alkaline will get violet color, and बीच में then it is entire pure actually. इधर violet है, I want my red again. अरे इधर इधर violet है, इधर red है, फिर इधर violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. एंड हाँ, सो ये याद रखना सिर्फ कि sometimes they may ask observation on a pH paper when HCl is added. So it turns red. You can't just say कि it is acidic or something. It turns red is important. Okay. So indicators का action we will do now. So litmus. methyl orange, and phenolphthalein समझो. Okay. So when it is acid, when a substance is acid, blue litmus, blue litmus will turn to red. Okay, blue litmus will turn to red. Methyl orange will turn from orange to pink, and phenolphthalein will remain colorless. When it is an acid, when it is basic, then red litmus will turn to blue. And acid में अगर red litmus है तो unchanged. Basic में अगर blue litmus है unchanged. Methyl orange will turn from orange to yellow, and phenolphthalein will turn pink. There is one more called as alkaline phenol. So यही है, ये जो है ना वही उस पे ही करते हैं वापस टेस्ट. इस पे if I add acid then it will again turn colorless. If I add base then it will remain pink only. Yes, so indicators का इतना ही था. Now again we have a nice concept. No concept नहीं, ये सब आपने पढ़ लिया already. Actually smaller class. See in class 10 chemistry only difficult part, difficult नहीं but थोड़ा challenging is organic and stoichiometry बस. और थोड़ा chapter 7 because it is vast ना इस. Okay. चार parts है 7 but it's easy, it's a fun chapter. Okay. So we have salt. H plus, I like the definition. H plus ion other, oh, sorry. H plus ion नहीं. Positive ion other than hydrogen. Negative ion other than hydroxyl. Wow. Must definition. So NaCl is a salt. It has Na plus and Cl minus. So does it have hydrogen ion other than positive ion other than hydrogen? Yes, Na plus. Chloride negative ion other than hydroxyl? Yes, chloride. Therefore it's a salt. This is a good definition, but और एक उसने दिया है compound formed by partial or complete replacement of the replaceable hydrogen ion by the hydroxyl of a base. तो वो भी याद रखो चाहिए तो. If you write this also then you will get marks. So ये भी same ही है. This is a more logical one actually, but ठीक है. So they have given the main definition वो which I just said. There is so क्या है कि when I add HCl to water I get H plus plus Cl minus. Suppose I'm adding NaOH also, so I get Na plus plus OH minus. Okay, so फिर ये दोनों combine हो जाते हैं. So it dissociates this. Both of them combines. So a type of classification of salts. So we have classification of salts. This is important again. There are two types of salts: acid salt and sorry, and normal salt. So acid salt में there is incomplete neutralization. So what happens is कि जो hydrogen अभी see I show in this example. अभी HCl is monobasic, so it actually cannot form an acid salt. So ये H plus एक निकल गया. Suppose it was H2SO4 and sometimes one और एक H plus ना चिपक जाएगा. So it will form something NaH something something. But in this case it won't because HCl is a monobasic acid. Monobasic के पास एक ही है. So how can it form acid salt? Acid salt क्या है? Incomplete neutralization से form होता है. So for example, I have NaOH plus H2SO4, and this will give NaHSO4 plus H2O. Now this is an acid salt. एसिड सॉल्ट में ना हाइड्रोजन होता है बीच में. NaHSO4 ऐसा दिखा एसिड सॉल्ट. वाई? बिकॉज बीच में ऐसे ही हाइड्रोजन है. NaCl ऐसा क्लीन है. देयर इज नो हाइड्रोजन. नॉर्मल सॉल्ट. Okay, so when this is insufficient, that time what happens is that this NaHSO4 हाइड्रोजन चिपक जाता है उसके साथ. ये याद रखना कि एसिड सॉल्ट की मोनोबेसिक नेवर एसिड सॉल्ट बिकॉज दे हैव ओनली वन हाइड्रोजन. नाउ कहाँ से एसिड सॉल्ट बनाएंगे? एसिड सॉल्ट बनाने के लिए आई नीड मोर देन वन सो दैट दैट कैन स्टिक टू द सॉल्ट. एंड नॉर्मल इज नथिंग बट नॉर्मल सॉल्ट. जैसे हमने NaCl पढ़ा है सफिशिएंट. अभी यही सेम एग्जांपल इफ आई डू इट हियर, बट इफ आई हैव सफिशिएंट. नाउ दिस इज ऑल थियोरेटिकल. नो वन हैज सीन कि सफिशिएंट कितना होता है एंड ऑल, बट एक्सेप्ट इट. नाउ वी कैन फाइंड NaOH plus H2SO4. दिस विल नाउ कंप्लीट होगा. sorry, Na2SO4 प्लस H2O न्यूट्रलाइजेशन हो रहा है. सॉल्ट प्लस वाटर आ गया. Na2 है सो दो लगा देते हैं. 4 5 4 5 इधर भी 2 4 4 बैलेंस. यस. सो मेन थिंग योर इज नॉर्मल में हाइड्रोजन नहीं होता है, इतना याद रखो बस. सपोज आई टेल यू कि suppose I give you an example, NaHSO3. ये क्या है? एसिड सॉल्ट या नॉर्मल सॉल्ट? एसिड सॉल्ट. हाइड्रोजन दिखा बीच में. एसिड सॉल्ट डायरेक्ट. सपोज आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल NaBr. नॉर्मल सॉल्ट क्योंकि क्लीन है ना, इसमें किधर हाइड्रोजन नहीं है बीच में, सो इट इज अ नॉर्मल सॉल्ट. देयर इज वन मोर वेरी वेरी स्मॉल थिंग. ये बोर्ड्स में आया था एक्चुअली. मेनी पीपल डोंट सी दिस. लास्ट टू लास्ट मतलब मेरे से पहले वाले बैच में दिस हैड कम. नेम द फॉलोइंग व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज बेसिक सॉल्ट. बेसिक सॉल्ट इज जैसे एसिड सॉल्ट क्या था? इनकम्प्लीट न्यूट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन आयन. सो हाइड्रोजन आयन रह जाता है ना, वैसे ही बेसिक सॉल्ट में हाइड्रोक्सिल आयन रह जाता है. वेनेवर ये क्लियर करो, वेनेवर एसिड आ गया हाइड्रोजन आयन, बेस आ गया हाइड्रोक्सिल आयन. सो इन बेसिक सॉल्ट द हाइड्रोक्सिल आयन रह जाता है. इसलिए अभी they have not given equation because they don't want you to go in that depth, but example से भी याद रखो. CuOH Cl. अभी CuCl तो हमने सुना है. CuCl2 एक्चुअली CuCl2 तो सुना है, बट ये क्या है? CuOH Cl बेसिक सॉल्ट. ऐसा अजीब दिख रहा है बट दैट इज व्हाई इट इज बेसिक सॉल्ट. So yes, so that whenever you see ऐसा हाइड्रोक्सिल बीच में तो बेसिक सॉल्ट. whenever you see ऐसा हाइड्रोजन बीच में so it is एसिड सॉल्ट. और क्लीन होगा तो it is बेस नॉर्मल सॉल्ट. it is normal salt. So yes, now double salt, mixed salt, and that all is actually reference. So it is not there in the syllabus, it is a reference part. Okay, so that this is it for this video. This chapter little is left, so I will just write what is left. Preparation of salt plus 3B. Both I'll do it in the next video. This video I dealt with only acid, bases and salt definitions और वो सब. Preparation of salt is mainly reactions. The logic right होना चाहिए कि कैसे salt बनाए वो सब. And 3B is also again mainly reactions. So yeah, so in this video we did mainly, first we did all the definitions, classification of acid, classification of bases, 2 3 preparations we looked at. Then we looked at definition of salt, types of salt, indicators we did. Okay, so preparation of salt and 3B, I will do it in the next video. Next video. Okay, fine. Thank you.